everyone, it's me, Robert, the Fallen 835, back for another video. This time it is a very special video because last week the channel reached 100 subscribers, which I'm really happy about. When I started YouTube, I never thought I'd be getting 100 subscribers, so I have to thank everyone who has commented on the video, who has watched the video, and who subscribed. Thank you very much for the support, because without you, I would not be doing videos right now. I would not be making this video saying thank you for making videos. Yeah, it works out, no. So basically this video will be in two halves. First of all, I will be thanking some very special people who have subscribed. Not everyone who subscribed, because I'd be here all day. And then the second part is that I'm going to review a very special figure. The figure, you'll just have to wait and see what it is. I'm not going to tell you now, but it's something big considering this is the 100 subscribers video. So, on to some people who I think deserve a mention. I have a sheet of paper here, as you can see, with some names on, so I'm just briefly going to go through the list and talk about the different people. So first up, we have Dreadwing 2020. He is a great guy. He reviews Transformers, he does stop motions, and he's also co-host, or one of the hosts, on Good Evening Char, a YouTube-based podcast, where they talk about different Transformers news, and different stuff that's come up in the Transformers community. Really good, go check him out, go and subscribe to his channel, because he really is great. His stop motion work is brilliant. I can't wait to see his next episode of his stop motion, and I've also played a bit of Xbox with him for Cybertron, so can't wait to play more. Just go check him out. He's an amazing guy. Thanks for the support. Thanks for subscribing. Just thanks, really. Next person is Demolisher1234, Kieran, as he is known. Again, another great guy. His reviews are amazing. His reviews are the first thing that I watched on YouTube, Transformers wise. They're the first sort of reviews that I took to and subscribed to. Even before Optibotimus or any of the huge big American reviewers, it was just watching a review of Revenge of the Fallen Ransack by him, which sort of got me into watching reviews, and then eventually got me started into reviewing reviews, and then making reviews, and all sorts like that. So I owe huge thanks. Keep up the amazing reviews, man. They're great. They really are. You have some great views on Transformers. You're never biased against a figure. Sometimes, if you don't like it, maybe, but really good reviews. If you're coming to AA this year, then I'd love to meet you. Love to say hi. Love to talk about Transformers. Hopefully you are. It'd be great. But thanks for the subscribe, and keep up the great work. Go check them out. All these channels, by the way, will be in the link below, so you can go and check them out and subscribe if you want to. Next, we have TARDIS Law 7. Matthew Sims in real life. I know him. He's a good friend of mine. He doesn't do YouTube videos anymore, however, but his old videos are still up there. He doesn't do reviews. He does mainly tributes, but also Doctor Who videos. Go check him out. He's a great person. Sorry about that. The camera just died on me. Anyway, yeah, TARDIS Law 7. Go check him out. Next is JMaco516. He is a customizer. He does great customs. He only started making customs about a year ago, but his channel is really good. Go check him out. Thanks for the subscription and the support. Next, Skullgrim140, Sammy. As you know, I probably owe quite a lot to Sammy because of Auto Assembly last year. But not only that, he does some great videos on his channel. Mainly vlogs at the moment, because he's not really doing reviews. But when he does reviews, most of the review is taken up with him purely talking about the person, the character, the knowledge. And it's amazing to sit there and watch his reviews, because you learn something new about the character. So I highly check him out. Thanks for the subscription, mate. Keep up the great work. Next, Rattrap25. Phil does great reviews. Another person who does great reviews. I'm saying a lot, I know. But he does reviews on Transformers Prime episodes, which are great. Now, as a person who's never watched Transformers Prime before, you get an education when watching the reviews. You really do. it's a great way, and I hope you keep them up for when the next season comes out. And he just reached 100 subscribers. Congrats, man. Here's to another 200 more for you. Hope you get there. And I hope to meet you at AA, because last year we missed each other. So hopefully this year we won't. Or actually have a talk. That'd be great. So thanks once again. Next person, SMS number 1. Dave. Dave Mentz. Thanks a lot for the subscription. I never thought you'd subscribe to the channel, but thanks. Your videos are not only funny, but very entertaining. And when it comes to reviews, you know what a good piece of Transformers plastic is. So keep up the amazing work. I hope your year's great. I hope everything's going well so far. I know it's just started. I hope to see you at AA. I really do. So thanks again. Next, the Termo, or Dominic as he's known in real life. He does Star Trek videos mainly. Good friend in real life. Check out his channel. He does quite a lot of Star Trek tribute videos and Star Trek informative videos. He does a couple of, well, he will start doing reviews hopefully soon, so go check him out. His channel needs all the support it can. I know you'll go and check out these people because you will, because you're good subscribers. Yeah, thanks for the subscription. Next is Mighty Mouse 74. A great guy, really great guy. He does great reviews. His reviews are quite long, but then they have so much knowledge about the figure in it. It's really good. Highly recommend you go and check out his channel. Thanks for the subscription, mate. Always a pleasure. Razatron is next. Raz, thanks for the subscription, man. It's amazing. I hope you start doing reviews soon because your reviews are good. The videos that you've done are good. Go check him out. He has done several reviews so far, and he's also done a couple of response videos. Hopefully I'll meet you at AA this year coming, so can't wait to see that. Can't wait to talk about all sorts to you, and hopefully I'll talk to you sooner on Skype Mondays when it starts up again. So looking forward to that. Next is BumbleJumper82, a recent subscriber. Thank you very much. He does great reviews. Again, a lot of knowledge about reviews, mainly about the figure itself. But go check him out. He's got a great channel, brilliant. Just check him out. Next is Monkey Zen TV, Jim. Because yes, I can like calling you Jim. I can say James if you want. It's up to you. But yeah, I've already spoke about Jim quite a lot of times. But not only for doing the podcast, but thanks for the support for everything really, for the channel, for my unsociability, if that's a word. But just great. Go check out his channel. He does really good reviews. His camera may not be up to it, but it's just brilliant. Hopefully he's getting a new camera soon. But it doesn't in any way impair the review because they're just brilliant. He knows his stuff. And just check him out. He's great. Next is Glasgow's Philosopher, Adam, who I also met at AA last year. Again, his channel is hasn't been doing much recently. He's released a couple of AA videos from last year, but apart from that, not much. He does customs. I think he still does customs. Hopefully, he still do. So go check out his channel. Check out his older videos. They're really good. I hope to see you again this year at AA. Thanks for the support. Next we have Live for Everything, Die for Nothing. Stephen, mate, brilliant channel. You haven't uploaded anything quite recently. The last thing was the AA 2012 video, but I have been talking to you on Skype Mondays, which is always a pleasure. Got some great views, great opinions. Check out his channel, subscribe, all the rest of it. Thanks for the support. Second to last person is I Love Mess, Ray. Wow, I didn't really think Ray would subscribe to the channel, but he has. And what more can I say about Ray's reviews? Well, they're just basically brilliant. Not only does he know his plastic, and that's mainly what the reviews are about, because they're not about... If you want to go and watch a review to say about character, then go out checking out Skullgrim of Rose. If you want to check out a review about the actual figure and about how every bit of plastic works and how all the gimmicks work, how to transform it, how this is a repaint of something, then go check out Ray's. He's very in-depth with his reviews, and it's just amazing. Keep up the great work. Hope to see you again next year, this year at AA. Thanks for the support. And finally, the Juice 84. Again, mate, thanks for the support. Recent subscriber, in fact. Keep up the great reviews. Go check him out. He does some good Transformers reviews. Yeah, just support. And support every one of these people that I've talked about, because they need your support more than I need your support, really. Go check them out. There's some amazing people here. They're all amazing people. Great reviewers. Great video makers on YouTube. Just check them out because they deserve your support, your subscriptions. So, yeah. And that pretty much does it for the thing. There's just one little bit I want to talk about before, and it's the Clone Wars. Star Wars The Clone Wars has hit 100 episodes. This weekend it's airing its 100th episode. And as a Star Wars fan, I'm proud to say that it's still going strong. It's still a really good show. I really love Star Wars The Clone Wars. I'm a big fan. And it's just great to see that there's 100 episodes. I can't wait for the rest of the series that's being aired at the moment. And I can't wait for next season, if there is one. So, yeah, congrats to all the team who work on it at Lucasfilms and the rest of it. You're doing a great work, guys. Just keep up the amazingness. So that pretty much does it for this first section. Now I'm going to go and switch over to my future self and, well, have a good review in store for you. So, until then, I'll see you in a minute. Hi there, everyone. Hi, it's my older self here. So, on to the review today. And, well, a 100 subscriber video wouldn't be special without a very special review. Today I'm reviewing a must-have for any Transformers fan. It's up there with Unicron, it's up there with Generation 1 Fort Max. It is none other than Transformers Cybertron Primus. Or at least a version of it. Yes, the version I am reviewing today is in fact the 2010 Takara release called Creator Primus. Basically, in 2010, Takara decided to re-release Unicron from the Armada line and Primus from the Cybertron line in more Generation 1 cartoon colours, so that they would look much more like they did in G1. So with Unicron you had a different head sculpt, you had some slight tweaking on the mould, and you also had some paint details. With Primus you had a crap ton of detailing and paints, but you didn't have any remoulding, which, yeah, it's unfortunate, but you can't really remould it. So, in Generation 1, as I said, he didn't really do much. There is two theories as to how Cybertron came into being. I'm only going to focus on two of them, because there are quite a few of them, and I don't want to take up this video with just me rambling on. The first one is that many millions and thousands of years ago, Primus and Unicron were banished from their universe into our universe because of their endless fighting. In our universe, it came up to their last fight, and Primus won, banishing Unicron into space for a considerable long time. With nothing to do really, Primus decided to mould himself into a planet and decided to create life in this new surroundings. And so from the very essence of himself, he moulded the first Transformers, which we will come to know as today as the first 13. And then, of course, that leads on across Cybertron's history all the way up to the present day war with the Autobots and Decepticons. However, there is another theory, that Cybertron used to be the home planet of the Quintessons. And on Cybertron, there was huge factories that produced two types of robots. You had military hardware and civilian robots. The military hardware would eventually become Decepticons, and the civilians would eventually become Autobots. However, the robots were used as slaves for the Quintessons, and eventually they got fed up with their masters, they overthrow them and kick them off the planet and banish them out into space. And then, due to the different opinions of each group, you gradually start to get a conflict which will lead on to the Great War. And then during the Great War, that's when you see the use of Transformers technology to turn themselves into weapons to win in crucial battles. And it carries on. Now, those two theories, the first one is from Unicron Trilogy onwards, up until the movies, and the second one is from the Generation 1 cartoon, because it's different between the Generation 1 cartoon and the Generation 1 comics. In the comics, they tend to go more with the first theory than the second, which is okay, but I do like the second theory that it used to be home to the Quintessons, so it all ties in. So, onto the figure. And so here is the figure in question. As you can see, it's considerably different from the Cybertron release. Apart from the massive amount of paint on it, it just looks so nice. Let's talk about the paint first, because that's what's really summing it up in this mode. As you can see, it resembles the Generation 1 Cybertron appearance a lot. As well as this grey metallic surface, it also has these huge spiring buildings that are coming out from the landscape, just like in G1. It also has several cities dotted around the surface, which are painted in this really nice gold colour, which is really cool. Some of them are painted in this white plastic, as you can see, and some are just not painted at all, but that doesn't matter. It's nice, it really is. As you can see, you have gold highlights on each side, like so. And overall, it's a nice feel. For a planet, it's good, because this is only really the only planet we've had in Transformers. If you class Unicron as a planet, then very well, but to be honest, this is the proper only planet we've had. There are a few problems with this mould, which I'll get into, but overall, it's really nice. The paint scheme is 10 times better than the original release. Now, the original release, the paint scheme was a blue and pale white plastic over most of the planet, which didn't really work and was more leaning towards what it looked like in Cybertron, the actual cartoon, which is fine if you like Cybertron the cartoon, but I do prefer the Generation 1 look, because Generation 1 is where it all started. It's the first time we saw Cybertron, it's what most people relate to. So, the problems of this mould. Not only do we have huge gaping hole here, as you can see, that runs around most of the planet, which the reason they did that is because of the gimmick inside. Another problem about this mould is that these hands here, which they will become hands in robot modes, are blue. Now, on the original release, they were black, and if you go back and look at Optibotimus's review of this figure when it first came out, you can see that there is a way of fixing that solution by basically replacing the hands from this version with the original, because the original version were black, and it would work much better because then you wouldn't have this breaking of the colour. However, I don't have the original mould, so I can't really do that. You could paint them, I suppose, but then you would work. I'm not a very good painter, and I'd probably damage the toy, and I really don't want to do that because it's a nice toy as it is, and I can look past the fact that it has blue on either side. Another feature is that it has a nice meteorite painted in there, nice meteorite detailing, which again just adds an extra layer. Now, the paint scheme on most Takara figures are huge improvements over Hasbro, and this just shows you how good they can paint Transformers. Hasbro needs to learn a lesson from Takara, because if they can do Transformers this good, then it would just be amazing. It really would. So, onto the gimmicks. So, the gimmicks in this mode. Now, he does come with this, which is a Cyber Planet key, and also this, which is a Cyber Planet key lock. Now, this plays into Cybertron the series, but I haven't watched Cybertron, so I don't really know more about it. But you need this for transformation. If you are looking to buy this figure second hand, then you must have this, because it's a crucial part of its transformation. But first of all, the gimmicks. Now, you can take the Cyber Planet key, and the port there, which you can see, you can insert the planet key, like so, and out flicks guns. Now, this works on both sides. As you can see, it looks a bit ridiculous, I have to admit. Guns coming out the side of a planet isn't really what I would call believable, but it still works. If you think about it, this is supposed to be Primus, and he would have to have some sort of defence mechanism in case he does get attacked from outside forces. And so you could say that this is a planet defence mode, and you could say that this is a planetary defences. It still works. Again, the barrels of the guns are blue, but you can paint that or replace it. It's up to you. Now then, the only other gimmick on this mode is that, as you can see at the top, these towers have Minicom ports on, and he also has a Minicom port at the very front. I haven't attached any Minicom ports, but believe me, it does work. However, why you would want to put Minicom ports on a planet, I don't know, but it can still happen. So now, onto the transformation, because the transformation of this figure is very nice. It is. So we start with, we need the key, and at the top you'll see that there is a plug hole where you can put the key in. Simply just place it in like so, and it will light up like so, and then simply push forward. Now, when you're pushing this forward, you have to push it down like so. So I'll do this. And as you can see, it has turned the planet into, well, this is officially known as a defense mode. To me, it just looks like the planet has just been destroyed. It's supposed to be a spaceship, sort of, but it doesn't really work. The guns are painted nicely. As you can see, there's gold rims on the guns. But overall, this mode just really does not work. But it's the first step for transformation, so I suppose. Next, we simply take the back bit out like so. So it's now like that. You then have to come to the bottom and fold down the legs like so. And then simply fold them back like so. So you can already see that we're forming a robot, kind of. Come to the back, flip that up so it doesn't interfere with any of this. We then have to split the legs apart, like so, and then twist the legs around, which can be difficult if you haven't got them correctly. Actually, we'll start off with the top bit first. We'll start off with this because the top bit's easier to do. As you can see, there is a port in this chest here. Again, the port connects into there. Simply have to push it in and push it up. It can be very stiff at some points, but once you've pushed it up, it should reveal the head and also reveal the arms, which you can then pose forward like so. So we nearly have Primus in his robot mode. The next thing we need to do is come around to the back here, and these legs also have ports in. You simply connect the port in there, like so, and then turn, like so. Come around to the back, do the same thing on here. Simply connect it in, like so. It can be stiff at some points, which is annoying. I grant you that. So there we are. It's in, and you simply twist it, and as you're twisting it, this folds down and folds back. Now we nearly have it. All we need to do now is just get these arms out of the way. These legs twisted. And simply doing that, you simply twist them around like so, into position. You can then pose them how you want them. These back bits will form the back heels, the spur, and you simply fold, come to the bottom and fold the feet out like so. Like so. And there you have Primus in his robot mode. You can pull down these shin guards as well, and there you have him in his robot mode. It is one hell of a robot mode. I absolutely love it. It does have a lot of back kibble, as you see. It has a ton of back kibble, but that's only because it is a planet former and it does have most of the planet on his back. But it is just great. I absolutely love this figure. The paint detailing on is amazing. Now I'll show the paint detailing off in a second. Not via this mode, but as a different way. But first of all, let's look at the gimmicks of this mode. Now, as you can see, there are cannons up here. And these cannons can simply be, they can be put back, like so, and flung out. which I don't know why you want that. They can also be twisted and then brought forward as mounted cannons, which, if Primus wasn't already mounted with weapons all over him, he now has some extra weapons, which looks absolutely amazing. The rockets do fire because they are spring-loaded missiles, but if you fire them, they'll probably get lost, and I haven't fired them yet, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. Another feature is that, again, with the Cyberplanet key, you can activate those weapons here, like so, by placing it in, like so. You flip up, there's his weapons, like so. I did forget to mention, however, which I've just realised, one part of the transformation. You have to pull these arms out, so he has hands, like so. So now he has hands. Again, do it the other side, pull it out all the way, so he can have hands. And now he has articulated fingers, which is great. It's amazing. Down here on the legs, you can simply pull these out, and this will become a kind of hook, which it doesn't really work, but let's just give them credit for what they did. It can be annoying to get this hook out because it's tightly placed in there, but it does, basically the hook does come out. It does come out, believe me, it does. However, it's just been very stiff today. Another feature is if you push this city out, he'll reveal more guns, like so. Again, you can do it the same with the other side, push those out to reveal the guns, and it's hugely armoured, this thing. You have so many guns, it's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. The amount of weapons on here, considering that Primus, we didn't really see Primus, and this is based off the Dreamwave artwork that we got by, I don't believe who it was, I can't remember now, but it's just amazing. It's pretty cool. I absolutely love this figure. Now I'm going to show you the detail, but I cannot show it like this because the camera will not show it properly, so bear with me a second and we'll go and have a look at the detail. Now, as you can see, the detailing and painting on this figure is amazing. Not only do you have all the intricate detailing on his chest and on his arms, but you also have this lovely blue and the gold, which highlights all these little details. It's absolutely amazing. The head sculpt, as you can see, is brilliant. You have the gold crest with the blue inside, and you also have the painted face and the sort of gold chin. It is absolutely amazing. The detail on this is phenomenal. It's probably the best detailed Transformer I've ever seen. Not only due to its paint scheme, but as I said, because of the moulding on it. It's absolutely wonderful. And it doesn't just start at the top, it also continues all the way down too. All the way down to where the legs are, you have individual detailing, like so. And you also have it in the waist. It is brilliant. It is probably not one of the best figures for paint detailing I have ever seen. Now, for me, that is quite a big praise of figures, because I don't normally praise Transformers this much, but it's lovely. Now, the articulation for this figure. His head can look side to side, and it can spin all the way around, like so. It's very stiff, but that's good. We love stiff joints in Transformers. His arms can go out, like so. They can bend at the elbow. They can also swivel at the elbow. And the hands have individual finger articulation at one point. So you can have fingers like that or like that. You also have a swivel waist, courtesy of the transformation. You have hinged and very stiff legs that can move in and out. They also bend at the knee, and there is some foot articulation, but that is only due to transformation. It can also spin out like so, so you can put this in, you can spread the legs out quite far and still have it in poses that you like so. So overall, this figure is brimming with not only detailing, but with also articulation. It is an amazing, amazing figure. And if I have to say, out of this and Unicron, I would recommend getting this. Now, it has been out for some time, this figure, and it will probably cost you quite a lot to find. But don't let that put you off, because trying to find one of these will probably be easier than trying to find the original, the Cybertron version, which I know if you go to AA you can probably try and get it there, but overall this has more detail, it looks more Generation 1 accurate, and it is just a nicer looking figure. I cannot praise it enough. The transformation is simple, yet it is ingenious, and how all the different parts of the planet folds up on his back or turns into the legs, it's an ingenious transformation. The robot mode, again, is great. It's huge in comparison. Now, let me get a size comparison in a minute, and I can show it off with Unicron. But it's just absolutely amazing. Would I recommend getting this? Yes. Try and hunt down this version, the Takara 2010 version. Don't try and get the Cybertron. If you like the Cybertron, by all means get it, but be aware that when you're buying the Cybertron version, you are buying a toy that has less detailing and less paint scheme than this version. So, that's your opinion. It's whether you like it or not. So, that pretty much concludes my review of 2010 Transformers Takara Tomy Creator Primus. I hope you've enjoyed this, and once again I have to thank everyone who's subscribed to the channel. It's amazing that I still didn't think that I get 100 subscribers. At the moment I think I have 102 because 2 more people subscribed after I did the initial part of this video, so thanks to them as well. Please, reviews will be coming this year, quite a lot. Transformers reviews will be starting. As you can see, I have a new background, this new white background, which is great because I can then show off the figure in more detail without having some stuff showing in the background. But yeah, until next time guys, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you probably in February for another review. Till then, bye.